YouTube? What up, YouTube? It's your boy number 4. You know I got my ski. I ain't gang today. We back with another video, man. This is part 9 of the Big Murders of Lil Durk. You know what I'm saying? If you've been following along, appreciate you, gang. If you new, stick around. You know what I'm saying? We got a long way to go. A long way to go. But go tune in to 1 through 8. I ain't gonna talk too much, man. Y'all know what's going on. Let's get straight into it. Hit that sub button, gang. Appreciate the 200 subscribers, gang. Appreciate it. We almost there. Probably like 10:08. Now we're on the road to 300, man. Let's do it.
Hey, in life shit, I don't really need nobody. I don't really even need nobody. I'ma take off, but they ain't tryna see me grind. All them niggas tryna see me behind them. I just want to roll, said fuck all the time. It just been me in the booth, nigga grind. You nigga be snake, all these fuck nigga grind. Telling the truth and they stay.
You know, he used to like want to shout his guys out, shout everybody from the hood, the lamb, you know. Now he's always telling like, blood, the world don't know these. It's cool. Right. Shout these down, but you gotta start making real music, start having real songs. Like, I'm tired of every song hearing about your guys.
And after Durk's career would begin to truly flourish between 2011 and 2012, Durk would get DTHANG, Chino, and SB and invite them all to join his musical venture, and the four would start the OTF label, something that was actually documented in a noisy documentary that covered the come-up of these young music moguls. Unfortunately, almost since the start, OTF would experience some major setbacks. In May 2014, only a few days after signing his deal with the label, Durk's cousin Newski, aka Nunu, real name MacArthur Swindle, would be gunned down in Chicago, and as was the custom at the time, DJ Academics would soon report on Newski's death in his highly sarcastic style.
Okay, see, I thought this Newski was the same to like Moneybag Yo and Big 30 Newski, you know what I'm saying? But that wasn't the case.
As part of his War in Chirac YouTube series.
It's your boy DJ Academics. Restart the first 48 clock. Start pressing up RIP t-shirts because I gotta ask, is there heaven for a Chirac savage? It is with great sadness, great shock, great disbelief that I have to announce that OTF Nunu has been caught lacking at the mall and is now deceased. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please be warned, the following story is very graphic in detail and the is at maximum levels.
Following Newski's passing, some of his friends would begin to call themselves Newski Gang or Newski World in his honor. Many of these friends seemingly residing particularly in the Face World 079 hood. Newski's killer has never been caught, but online drill detectives have commonly held one man in particular responsible, this being 051 Melly, one of the most infamous people in drill music history. While practically being from different sides of the South Side, Durk being from Lamron and Melly being from 051 Young Money, Durk had ultimately gotten involved in a serious beef with Melly's set through Lamron's affiliated sets, such as 600, who were in a deadly beef with 051 at the time. There'd also been some people killed in the dispute between Lamron and 051 even before Newski's passing, with a Lamron member called OJ allegedly having been involved in the murder of an 051 member called Fathead, together with 600 members in 2012, while 051 on the other hand had allegedly killed Durk's good friend and a member of Lamron called Lil Rob in 2013. Melly's friend and 051's top rapper, Lil Mark, would also directly diss Lamron and DTHANG in his March 2014 remix of Durk's song Competition, titled No Competition, rapping how he was smoking Tasty Pack, whom DTHANG was named after, as well as Lil Rob, before saying that he's 300k and die L's, with L of course standing for Lamron. Only days after dropping the diss song, Lil Mark would be tragically killed at a bus stop, allegedly by Lil Durk's friends, one of these rumoured to have been King Von himself. And after this, Durk would diss Lil Mark in 600 rapper E-Day's remix to the song War, saying how he was smoking on him. Durk would also film a highly disrespectful video of himself at that very bus stop where Mark had been killed. Newski had also gotten into an online beef with Melly's good friend and Durk's former friend Mubu Crump, who had a bitter falling out with OTF sometime in 2013. And following Newski's death, Crump would film himself at Newski's death site, even saying that he was at the scene with Newski's killer, making many believe that this person was indeed Melly.
I mean, Newski. They left right here. I'm with the did. He don't want to be on camera though.
Less than a year after Newski's,
I'm with the nigga who did it. What? Death,
OTF would suffer another major blow, as OTF Chino, real name Uchenna Aguina, would be gunned down in March 2015, while sitting in his car outside of a fast food spot in the 8400 block of Stony Island Avenue, after he had taken part in an anti-violence event. Newski and Chino's deaths were devastating for DTHANG.
Shit crazy. He said after he took a part in the anti-violence on some Pusha P's. Shit is crazy.
He would often let his followers know on social media. Chino's murder also remains unsolved, but once again, the same two people, Melly and Crump, would be associated with the hit, with Crump being the one to diss Chino the hardest, again going to the murder location and asking the cashier at the food shop if they had an order for Newski, calling his meal of choice the Chino burger.
Hey! Y'all got that order for Newski? Chino burger. Chino burger.
Meanwhile, only a few days after Chino's murder, Melly would tweet a tribute to his fallen friend Lil Mark, together with a cryptic line that indicated that Melly had gotten some kind of get back for Mark. Melly was also fond of dissing both Newski and Chino on social media, and he too would join in on Crump's burger joke during one of his Instagram lives.
Burger joke.
Just let me a piece. Yeah, Chino burger. That's what they said.
Burger joke.
Crump would continue dissing Newski and Chino, sometimes aiming his words directly at DTHANG, commenting under his tribute post to Chino in 2017 how DTHANG was the reason that Chino was dead, while Lil Durk was the reason that Newski was dead. Clearly, Durk and DTHANG were big targets for their enemies in the streets who had already killed people close to both of them. According to Durk and DTHANG's mother, DTHANG himself would end up getting shot twice between 2016 and 2017, but little is known about these incidents. Fortunately, he would seemingly survive both events with relatively little injuries. Mubu Crump, however, wouldn't be so lucky, and in May 2018, he would meet his end as he was gunned down in front of a house party during a drive-by shooting, where Melly would allegedly also get hit, but survive. The killers have never been caught, but the most popular theory online, surprisingly, points to the rivals of OTF, particularly a member of the STL EBT set called Can't Get Right, aka Get Right or Man Man. This theory being further boosted by the claim that another STL member, the infamous shooter Wooski, was allegedly later caught with Crump's murder weapon. However, this claim has seemingly been debunked by the YouTuber Loyalty and Betrayal.
Let's just be clear. Wooski was never arrested with a gun. He was arrested because he shot somebody in the leg twice who didn't want to press.
He was never arrested with the gun. He was arrested because he shot somebody in the leg. Like, that made it it did make it a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Charged with an M versus, you know what I'm saying? But damn, like,
charges or whatever. He was not arrested with the gun. The gun, the shell casings that they found, that they said with that shooting, that they are, I guess, assuming go with that incident, being talbed.
Who is it talking? Whoever. Sound like they lying, bro. Sound like they don't know what to say. Sound like they know Wooski was motherfucking guilty.
The guy moved. The gun obviously moved. So I'm not sure how they matched that up to say that belonged to that. But it matched the gun that was found 10 days later after Wooski was arrested. So Wooski didn't get arrested with the gun. So all those videos have false information.
After Durk's recent arrest for the murder for hire plot, some Reddit detectives have raised the question whether Crump's murder could have also been organised by Durk, with one Redditor pointing particularly to Durk's December 2020 song called Red Man, where Durk first speaks about his pain after the death of Newski before rapping a now jaw-dropping line where he seems to predict ending up in federal prison in 10 years' time. Durk then mentions how people are asking him what he'll do about someone whose name is bleeped out, but what sounds like he could be mentioning Crump, to which Durk simply responds by saying the other person is already dead. However, these lyrics are vague at best.
Oh, so that's what he said? Crump? I thought he was saying Duck. And
hardly evidence of anything other than Durk's impressive ability to foresee his future in federal custody. Unfortunately, only a few months after the death of Mubu Crump, Durk would experience yet another loss that would hit very close to home, as his cousin Darnell Banks, better known as OTF Baby D, was killed in a shooting in the far south side of Chicago in October 2018. But this wasn't the whole story, as Baby D was not alone at the time of the shooting, but allegedly with DTHANG, whose age at the time matches that of one of the victims reported by local news, as well as another 32-year-old man. The trio would reportedly get ambushed in a McDonald's parking lot shortly before 3 a.m, all of them sustaining multiple gunshot wounds, but thankfully DTHANG would end up surviving once again, together with the 32-year-old man. In her memoir, DTHANG and Durk's mother would confirm him being one of the victims of the shooting, writing how this had been one of the most serious out of all of the shootings that DTHANG had survived, and how Baby D's death would leave him heartbroken. Baby D's murder would go unsolved, but Melly's name would once again begin to ring in online speculations, as photos would begin to circulate of one of Baby D's cousin wearing a Long Live Baby D shirt with a large F Melly text boldly printed on the front, together with a picture of him. Durk would also seemingly begin to diss Melly often in his songs following Baby D's death, like saying how there is one special op that they haven't killed yet in his July 2019 song Like That, or even specifically addressing the person who killed his cousin in his August 2019 song Die Slow, this likely being a reference to either Newski or Baby D, while seemingly giving an order to his guys to make sure that he dies slowly. Shockingly, exactly 1 month after the release of this song, 051 Melly would be killed on the south side of Chicago while attending a house party at the 6100 block of St. Lawrence Avenue, this being in the hood of the Jaro City and Taekwon World sets. But despite the peculiar timing, Durk would seemingly have nothing to do with Melly's death, as his killer would allegedly turn out to be someone with a personal vendetta against Melly, a Taekwon World member called 007 Nate, real name Nathaniel Hicks, whose house Melly had allegedly shot up leading up to the killing. However,
Hold on, before you pay for yet another app to manage your
real.
team, let me introduce you to
It's
Connect
getting
Team,
real.
the one platform that replaces
The evidence against Nate would ultimately not meet the burden of proof beyond reasonable doubt, and despite the facts that he was apparently identified as the shooter by multiple witnesses, and seen entering the house with a gun and then fleeing the house after the shooting, and being eventually caught a few days later with the murder weapon still on him, it didn't stick. Now, if that's not a sign that you can get away with murder in Chicago, I really don't know what is. But anyway, despite having nothing to do with Melly's death, Durk would seemingly keep dissing Melly in his songs, like rapping a bar asking how someone can get killed while partying in his December 2020 song Refugee, and rapping in his intro song for the January 2021 album The Voice that since the person who killed his cousin is dead, he can finally rest, as well as seemingly calling Melly his favourite op, who's now dead, in the August 2020 song Bad Guys by the former OTF rapper Timo. DTHANG, on the other hand, would tweet in June 2020 how every op that ever shot him is now dead, and that he walks around with 50k in jewelry in his hood, with Chiracologists taking this to mean that Baby D's killer was now dead too. For DTHANG, the shooting that killed Baby D was a near-fatal moment, and should have probably served as his final warning to get as far away from Chicago as possible. But unfortunately, this was not the case, as DTHANG would seemingly keep returning to his hometown time and time again, until finally in the summer of 2021, his luck would indeed run out. It was only 2 days after Durk hit another...
Oh man, this is part 9. Part 9, gang. Y'all stay tuned for part 10. And then part 11 and part 12 and part, you know what I'm saying? Hey, if it's not every day, it's gonna be every other day. Y'all know what's going on. Hit that subscribe button. Appreciate the 200 subscribers, gang. Appreciate it. Make sure you like the video, man, and click on one of these videos right here. I'm gone. Ski.